And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all for tapping in to the Doing All Right on this lovely afternoon, night, morning, whenever the hell you watching. We appreciate you for tapping in with us. VOCHLOMBARDIBRYN Broaddus for all updates, because updates is happening. You know what I mean? So y'all just need to be following us for these updates. Bryan Broaddus said he wanted to show something to the class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He over there smiling and shucking and jiving over there. Bryan said he had something to show. What you got to show us, Bryan?
This was a gift. This was a gift to me. Jeremiah Haas, who was the Cowboys photographer at one time. He, matter of fact, he took the pictures of you and I for Crown Global Media for the website and all that stuff that we use, all the glamour shots that you have. And so he sent me a gift. Actually sent us a gift is what he did. And I wanted just to have a little moment of show and tell here, if you allow me that. All right,
please,
Let me put the microphone up, and I'm going to put it in front of the camera. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Let's see what we got, and I'll be on commentary. Let's see what the business is. Let me see. Oh, Tarnation. Oh, Tarnation. Here. Here. That's hard, Bryan. Hey, Bryan, that's hard. Jeremiah took that? Jeremiah took that?
Jeremiah took this.
Yeah.
Terrible radio. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Jeremiah took this picture in Philadelphia. He was standing in the end zone at the link, and this is the picture that he took of this particular play.
Yeah.
And he sent it over, and he had Zeke signed it.
Oh, that's hard. That's hard, Bryan.
So that's going up. It's going up in the studio. But yeah, he took this picture.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised this picture. He's got a picture in the Hall of Fame that we have up on the wall of Dez against the Giants.
Yeah.
So I'll scoot back over here. He has a picture. We have a picture up on the wall of Dez catching the ball against the Giants that he has in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That was a gift from there. It's over there. So
that's
so it's going to go up in the studio. He said, "Man, you got all these pictures going up, and I wanted you to have this one." So, and actually, I can say Zeke signed it. So it's crazy.
Shouts out to Jeremiah, man. He took the best pictures of me that I've ever seen of me, and that sounds crazy and narcissistic and all that, whatever. But whatever. But shouts out to Jeremiah. I didn't know that he was behind all that. I thought he was, Dak's guy. He'll take some flicks here.
Oh no, man!
I didn't know he was behind all the iconic shit that happened.
He's got some pictures behind us. Like, there's one of Travis Frederick. He's got here. There's one of Dak jumping up before through the line that he's got. He's got one over here on the far right. Des Bryant before the national anthem, shaking hands with President Bush. So they're all lined up. It's like Garrett Whitten, and they're all, and President Bush and his wife. I almost said Barbara. That's his mom.
Yeah.
They're all standing right there, and Des walked up and photobomb and shook hands with the president. And so that's one of the pictures we have on the outside. And then he's got this picture up top of Zach Martin. I know some people are asking in the various what kind of pictures you got.
Yeah.
We got Tom Landry and Mike Ditka up top. Harvey Martin, who I think should be in the Ring of Honor with Randy White. That was after the Super Bowl in the one that they beat Denver Broncos. Roger Staubach is one of my favorite players of all time. Of course, Micah Parsons. That was just a great picture of Micah Parsons with him on the sideline. Jimmy Johnson, Jason Witten, Larry Allen on this one. And then the one on you could see right next to, right under the Deion Sanders picture is the one right here. That's me on the sidelines at the catch. That's Des Bryant at Green Bay. There's this blue jacket in the middle of that picture. I don't think you can see it. Here, I'll bring it. I can bring it off the wall if we wanted to. But yeah, there's a picture of me standing there watching Des Bryant catch the ball. That's how I knew. That's how I knew it was a catch.
Yeah.
I was literally standing
right there,
10 feet away when the guy caught the ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know it's kind of hard for everybody to see, and then Darren Woodson, of course, behind me too. My favorite player of all time. I mean, of all the, and I've worked with Hall of Fame players. He is my favorite player of all time. We'll probably have him on with us at some point in time to kind of reminisce and talk about the team and stuff. Woody is a a great guy, great friend, and I just think the world of him. So we'll have him on. You and I'll get the interview. I know people want to talk about players.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. A former NFL coach reached out to me, Dave Campo. Reached out to me. I worked with Dave. I always apologize to Dave, but Dave, former head coach, defensive coordinator, and Dave's like, "Hey, Brian, I hear you got this project going." I'm like, "Yeah, coach. Yeah, we gotta do this, that, some stuff."
Yeah, really.
Well, Dave's like, "Well, if you need any breakdowns, some stuff." I said, "I've got a guy. I got a guy I want you to do breakdowns with, coach."
Hmm.
And so he was asking me, he's like, "Oh," I said, "I got a guy, Voch Lombardi, that would love to break down some film with you
Hmm.
and talk about defense and scheme and all that." He says, "Hey, whatever you want me to do, I'll be at the end of the month. We're moving back to Texas."
Hmm.
And so excited about having, Dave come on over and former players come on in, pop in, be on shows with us and stuff like that.
Hmm.
We're going to do this up right. But like I say, you and I will do a lot of the heavy lifting,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and but for the most part, we got people that are like, "Hey, I hear about this project you're working on. Hey, I'm like, want to be a part? Yeah, how do we do it? Yeah."
Yeah.
So anyway, very excited about that. But yeah, breakdowns. Say former head coach, defensive coordinator Dave Campo, probably going to be involved with us maybe once a week, doing some stuff with you, sitting down, kind of going through, hey, why did this work? Why did this not work?
Hmm.
And he could kind of explain the nuts and bolts of that to us and to the audience, and we could also teach him because God knows he needs some help along the way too.
Ladies and gentlemen, do y'all see how excited Bryan Broaddus is?
Yeah, I am.
I ain't never seen Bryan Broaddus.
Investigate and educate, right?
I'm just
That's what we do.
I'm just up here giggling and just kikiing over here because your ass is excited about all the
Yeah,
developments that we got going on
I
over
am.
there at
I
Crown,
am.
Brian.
I'm excited that, and thanks to the folks too that watch the program, and thank you for allowing me to be on your platform and talk about it.
Yeah.
The response has been just super, and I know there's going to be some times you're going to hate what I say or what Voch says, but we just mean it. We're just trying to we're trying to just do we're trying to get you up there. I'll talk to people. I know the other day someone asked me, "Oh, it's nice you bring an insight from the players from the front office perspective." I'm like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, I mean, I pick up the phone and call Stephen Jones.
Yeah.
I don't know, I can't get through to Jerry Jones, but I get through to Stephen, or I could get through to Will McClay, people like that that could kind of help us know what's going on here." So always have a very informative broadcast every day for you about what's going on with this football team.
Bryan Broaddus with the golden phone. All right, y'all. Football starts at
Mm.
7:30. Seven
Sorry,
seven
I'm
minutes
sorry
and
about that.
nah,
Sorry
Brian.
about that,
No,
folks.
no,
That's
no,
my
no,
fault.
Brian. You
My fault.
good. You good. Because most people love a little bit of content. Like this is content. Like we're not TV guys. You know what I mean? And this ain't
Right,
and look,
right.
this ain't radio neither. So some people enjoy stories about going out to eat somewhere or something that
Yeah.
happened in camp or what Vash was doing when the cheerleaders and the five armed guards walked by. Like people,
That was. Hey, did you tell the story? Did you tell the story how it really went down?
I was live. I
Oh,
ain't
did you
have to
go?
tell it because
Did
I was live and people
did
saw me.
some did
People
people
just
hear
yeah, yeah.
did people hear you say your name? You're like, "Oh, hi, Voch Lombardi."
Yeah.
Did people hear that?
They heard it all, bruh. And I'm just up here just trying to kick it with you and just show people the back a little bit, just trying to show
Yeah,
them behind the scenes.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
see five armed gentlemen in California.
yeah.
California don't play by guns at all. So
They
these
don't
five
play.
these
Yeah,
five armed
yeah,
gentlemen must mean business. And then I saw
yeah.
all the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, three women in suits, and a bunch of cameras coming right at me. I need to get the hell out the way.
You were walking the path between the
Yeah,
VIP
yeah,
and where our media row is, where our tents.
yeah.
And so you were stopping by, telling me hello, and then you turned the corner, and I saw you stop,
Yep.
and all of a sudden I hear commotion,
Yeah.
and you stopped, and then you went back, and then kind of to your
I
right a
ran
little
into
bit.
the tent with you. I put the phone down.
And the next thing, and the cheerleaders walking by, my man goes,
Bachelor Bar,
"Oh,
nice to
hi,
meet
how
you.
you doing? Hi, Voch Lombardi."
Bachelor Bar, nice to meet you. Bachelor Bar, how y'all doing? Bachelor Bar, nice to meet
Yeah.
you. You never know, Brad. You never know.
That was awesome. I meant to say something about that. I meant to, because you literally you're like always a man with a purpose. So when
Yeah,
you're walking, you walk,
yeah.
and then you just stop dead in your tracks, and you're kind of like, oh, what do I? And then you kind of just ducked into where my radio position was, and then you start introducing yourself to cheerleaders walking by.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
that was classic.
I was
That was classic.
I was a little nervous, man. People got their guns and I ain't got mine. Anyway, football
Yeah,
starts
yeah,
at
yeah.
9:50.
950 football. Here we go.
Man, Bryan Broaddus, man, me and you was talking back and forth, man.
Yeah,
It's a couple characters on this roster.
yeah,
I don't know what your pre-camp notions were about them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But you do have a list of some guys that you
I
walked away
do.
impressed with. Now,
I
Brian,
do.
when you run down this list, we'll go down some of those names. I want you
Hmm.
to tell me what you thought about those guys going into camp
Okay.
and kind of where you at with them now. But then
Yeah,
if they stay on this path, where do you kind of project those guys roster wise? I think that'll be a cool
yeah.
little exercise.
The thing about it, Voch, to be honest with you, then as we're doing this, it's real simple to talk about, CD and Pickens and Dak. It's real simple. When you go to these training camp practices, and let me say something real quick. Now that I'm having to watch clips like everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
this is something a little secret that I want to give everybody. As I watch these clips, it says, "Oh, great play by Tolbert."
Yeah.
Acknowledge the play. Watch how they got to there. Watch
Mm.
how you can watch routes. You can watch blocking schemes. They usually start with the line.
Yeah.
Maybe you see a guy rush the pass. Oh, that would have been a sack. Or maybe, oh, look, Lyle Collins playing right tackle.
Mm.
Oh, nice job of keeping the guy wide. Oh, hey, good job by Nate Thomas. Oh, look at BB on the pickup. Oh, look at what Blue did there. Kind of look for other little clues. Don't focus just on where the ball ends up. Kind of run it back, you know, 10, 12 times and just look at each individual player and see if there was something you noticed. See, oh, good pass set. Oh man, he got beat right off the jump. Because there's times where all of a sudden the ball gets out and it's like, oh, pretty catch. It would have been a sack because Marshawn Nealon beat somebody around the corner,
Mm.
or they ran a twist game and they got the linebacker home. There's so just when you watch this clip. So that's what I was kind of doing yesterday, just watching some clips. But overall, from what I saw,
Yeah.
yeah, there's some guys that I didn't know anything about. I'm going to be honest with you.
Mm.
I did not know anything about Zion Childers.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
knew I knew I knew nothing about Zion Childers.
Mm.
I knew the first time in one of these early practices, it was helmets and jerseys, and Zion Williamson, or excuse me, Zion Williamson, that's the basketballer.
Children.
Zion Childers made
Mhm.
a play,
Yeah.
and I'm like going 48.
Yeah.
So here we are. PR is nice enough to give us these handy dandy rosters that we carry around everywhere.
Mhm.
And I looked 48. What linebacker is that?
Mm.
What linebacker is dropping that? What
Yeah.
Zion Childers, cornerback.
Mm.
I knew nothing about him.
Mhm.
I mean, be honest with you, I had to look him up.
Mhm.
I had to look him up. I'd say, oh, Zion Childers, cornerback, 5'11", 203. He's a rookie from Kentucky. And I'm thinking like, oh, well, wait, I remember Zion Childers when I saw him a little bit in some college stuff, but
Mhm.
not to the point where I thought, oh, draftable guy and all that stuff.
Right.
I'm like, okay, okay, now I remember. Now I remember Zion Childers a little bit. But the Cowboy camp, on the team, no.
Right.
How did I miss that one? And I did. But the kid finds out, he makes a play, comes back later into practice, couple days later, gets an interception
Yeah.
on the sidelines, makes a play. And I'm like going, oh, okay, I know who this is now. This is Zion Childers. This is
48.
who this is. Okay, maybe not Zion Childers, 3 games. He's going to play all the games.
Sure.
Trust me.
Yeah.
He is going to be out there. He's going to have a wacky number at 48, and you're going to go, wow, where linebacker? No, he's a corner,
Mhm.
rookie from Kentucky, but he kind of has a nose for the ball.
Sure.
And so you're going to watch preseason games, second half of these preseason games, maybe play the entire third game, that final game, maybe play the entire game. But this kid's got, as a former pro scout, this kid got my attention. Okay, do we need to keep this kid on the practice squad? Is this
Now.
a practice squad? And
Yeah.
people are going, damn it, Broaddus, we're talking about practice squad guys. I'm just saying, I'm talking about players because that's what we're doing nowadays. We're talking about players. We're talking about guys that maybe, where did this guy come from? And you're kind of learning about him. But he caught my attention in a team that's kind of struggling a little bit at cornerback. if he has good preseason games, does
Yeah.
he put himself in a possibility? Does he play special teams? These are the kinds of things that you look at a guy like that.
So Brian, here's where it gets difficult. Okay.
Yeah.
We got corners.
Mm-hmm.
All they knees hurt. It just is what it is.
Every one of them. Yeah.
I know that, you only got so much room for an undrafted cat.
Yeah.
But Elijah Clark from Syracuse is making the big undrafted dollar. He's making the $500,000 for the undrafted cat, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's been making some plays too, but you're not wrong. When I was there at Camp Bryant, and I was focused on the lineman there, but you just can't help but to just drift with the ball.
Glance, yeah.
And Zion Childress does make a lot of plays on the football. Now, Brian, there's no way you can have an undrafted corner and an undrafted safety on your team there, Brian. So do you think roster politics will because honestly, Zion Childress has made more plays than Israel, but Israel's making money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do we do with that?
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's the thing about it is they'll probably keep Izzy.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about Childress is I'm saying a guy that I knew nothing about going in, now showing up. Now can he do, the head coach was talking about having good days and not being, and you and I brought this up when we were talking about Tolbert.
Yeah.
Quiet days, having quiet days.
Mm-hmm.
When he was talking about players in quiet days, I think he was talking about Tolbert. But people say, well, wait, bro, he talked about the third receiver and all that. I think he's honestly being nice to Tolbert myself, even though Tolbert showed up pretty good yesterday. But that's Tolbert's pattern.
Mm-hmm.
That's his pattern. He's going to be quiet for a couple of practices, and then he's going to have a good practice. And so, but I'm saying with some of these guys like Childress, he goes from being like a guy that's probably going to be final cut to, or if he plays well enough, you're like, I don't know. Maybe is he special teams? Can he give us something else? You just never know with these guys. But he's at least put himself in position where we're going to have to talk about him on the final, when we start to get through these games.
Sure.
Now, maybe he'll get in the games and he'll poop in the bed.
Yeah.
But if he does, then, it's a move on. And this is all kind of a moot point. But at least he's given himself a shot to be to like, okay, let's put him in some of these games and see how he reacts. Zion Childress, number one.
Bryan Broaddus.
I'll give you another one. Yeah, I'll give you another one.
Please, Brian, let me just say, I could tell that you kind of talking a little loud over there. I love how no sound is bouncing off the walls there. I love how there's no big echoes up in there. You know,
this place is you could hear people breathing in here. It's that way. No, it's got all kinds of bells and whistles in there.
Good acoustics in there.
Acoustics are pretty good. The acoustics are pretty good here.
Go ahead, though. Second play.
All right, let me give you another one. Did you notice Tyler Neville at all?
The tight end. I know he made a big play from Joe Milton through a pass to him, but that's about all I saw from him. But I'm watching offensive line. Please tell us about Tyler Neville.
This guy is becoming a nuisance as a point of attack blocker. This is the guy that starts a lot of fights. He and Hoffman are like these guys that they play to the echo of the whistle.
Sure.
This kid is a rookie from Virginia. Didn't know much about him. Didn't know much about him at all. Matter of fact, I don't think I did a scouting report on him. Just off the top of my head, I'm like, no way you did. No. We're talking about 200. We did 200 something guys, and this one was one I didn't carry. But Tyler Neville has put himself in a position again. Could this be a guy now? He's going to play all 3 preseason games. He's probably going to play on all the special teams. I guarantee he's going to make a tackle if they have an opportunity on a kickoff, or he's going to make a tackle on a punt. I guarantee you he will make a play. This kid has a different mentality the way he plays.
Sure.
Because his demeanor is a really kind of a tough guy. And like I say, he is not. They don't even allow him to go over and do stuff. Remember, you and I were talking about like, oh, the tight ends get to go over, and there's that tight end group that doesn't go over, and he stays
working with the offensive lineman.
And I'm like going, why the hell this guy? If you watch the plays, he's always at the point of attack, trying to kind of run over. They run reverses. He could hook guys. He puts his nose in there. He's a square blocker. I noticed him quite a bit, not so much for the passing game stuff.
Sure.
but for more like the trying to finish in the running game. That's where I noticed him. And maybe we'll get into some of these games. There'll be you'll see a guy, you'll see number 46, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then they show a replay, and Isaiah Stanback is talking. Well, look at this block. Look at this block right here by Tyler Neville. That clears a little space for That's just a guy that went from not talking about to okay, now he's going to get reps. Could he be a guy that puts himself? I think they're going to keep 3 tight ends, and I think that Hunter Lipke is going to be the 4th one. Okay, if they have to use a guy.
Yep.
But this kid went from something that he's no camp guy to like now putting himself in position where he's going to play, and they're going to give him an opportunity. And if he shows up, could he be a guy that absolutely is a practice squad guy that we see later on the year? Maybe a little bit. Remember that we saw a little bit of those guys that were kind of yo-yoing those tight ends that were they'd active and then they were all and then they go back and forth. But Tyler Neville is a guy that I kind of kept a close eye on, just because every time I was watching the play it develop, he was at the point of attack making something happen for him. So good for him for doing that.
One more point about that and just like tight end dynamics or whatever, Bryan Broaddus. Rivaldo Fairweather from Auburn.
Yeah.
He hasn't really done very much.
He hasn't. That's what I'm saying. It's weird. It's weird.
And John Stevens hadn't done a thing.
Yeah.
He's got a struggle. He's got drops under his belt, a lot of them.
Yeah. It's been a struggle for John Stevens. I don't think he looks as fit.
Yeah.
And I mean, fit is like he was so smooth. He was so smooth the 2 years, you're like, oh wow, this guy's got a shot. And then he hurt his knee, and he doesn't have the same movement that he had. And they're asking these tight ends to play on move and to play in motion and to block and stuff on the edge, and that's just really not something that he tries, but he's so linear the way he's built. And he just doesn't have that pop. Where a little bit like Neville is a little bit more of a smaller guy, but he's got a little like the little pop to him.
Yeah.
And I think that's where these ties. But yeah, I really did think that Fairweather was going to, after watching the Auburn tape, I was thinking like this guy might have a chance. I mean, he had a bad quarterback at Auburn. Played through a lot of different quarterbacks. He was always catching the ball. It was low. It was behind him. And I thought, well, maybe he'll get into camp, but he hasn't flashed like some of the others have. I think as a whole, that's been that part of it's been a little bit disappointing to me. Let me ask you this, and I'm going to go with you on this one. with you on this one. I honestly knew something about Nate Turner. But is Nate Turner about to be our starter at left tackle? Nate Thomas. Is he about to be Nate Thomas about to be that starter? And I like I say, I knew him about at Louisiana. Playing a lot better than I think he played at Louisiana.
Sure.
Giving me something, and I'm going to ask you about that. Is should I be surprised about this?
We're all shocked, Bryan Broaddus.
Okay.
We're all shocked. I thought Awesome Richards was going to get all the opportunities.
I did too. I honestly did too.
But it's not like Awesome had a lot of chances to lose it. Awesome had a day at left tackle too. And it's been Nathan Thomas ever since. Like, it happened fast, and it stayed that way. Yeah. So it must just be a tough – hey, look, man, tough crowd over there. Or it could be the powerful man theory. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nate's a more powerful guy, so we're going to roll with him. Honestly, Brian, I've been seeing the clips of Nate. Nate's been fine. I think the Cowboys are going to try to get Guyton out there. Like sometimes you can be confident in your backup. It'll make you go, hey, there's no need to rush Tyler Guyton out there. We'll just make sure that Tyler's good, and if we see him week 2 or week 3, we'll be good to go. I think they're going to try to push to get Tyler Guyton out there.
Yeah, me too.
And I think Thomas has played sometimes we have to think about: are you playing well, or are you playing better than we thought you was gonna play? Expectations.
You're still worried about him getting run by occasionally, aren't you?
Well, Brian, here's the problem. I'm seeing Nathan Thomas have really good fights with Peyton Turner.
Yeah.
He's having really good fights with Marshawn Nealon, really good fights with Sam Williams. Tyler Guyton wasn't losing to those guys at all. Like, Guyton was comfortably beating those guys. Guyton will have some trouble with Donovan Ezeraku, and he may have given a one play versus Sam. And number who's our guy? 53. That's a little better than we expected to. Bryan Broaddus.
That's our guy from that they signed from the James Houston.
Okay,
James Houston.
Not 53. That's Luigi Villain, I believe. But
it's James Houston.
So James Houston. So
it's James Houston. Yeah, the veteran from the veteran.
Even
4-year veteran.
Even James Houston, who's better than we thought, is giving Nate Thomas a good fight.
Yeah.
We didn't hear about James Houston on Tyler Guyton, Brian. So this ain't me just shooting, hey, Tyler Guyton, because I was very critical of Tyler Guyton just a year ago. I'm the most qualified to talk about this because I was mad the Cowboys drafted him. I think Tyler Guyton is still a much better left tackle than Nate Thomas is, and I think that they're going to try to push to get Guyton back. If this was truly an emergency, I think we would have saw more like, all right, Hakeem Adeniji switch over to the left to see how that looks. You know what I mean? I think they feel good with Nathan in this preseason setting. I do think they're gonna. I don't know if they want to see Nate versus Nolan Smith in week 1.
Yeah, see, because what's happening is I see him kind of running by. I see what happens is he will give up plays where he is all of a sudden he is good position, and then they just run by him.
Yep.
Like he's laid off the sap where, like and you will tell most of us though that follow this offensive line stuff, it's all really about being like, it's 65 plays, grade all 65 plays. But you just can't be bad. You can't be bad like that 1 or 2 plays. You just can't let them run by you like that. And he has a tendency where he has maybe 4 or 5 really good reps in a row, and then there'll be a play where, like Nealon will catch him, Ezeraku will catch him, somebody will catch him, and he's laid out of his stance. I mean, the concentration has to be there, like 100% of the time.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. I got another one for you there.
Please.
I got another one for you. I didn't know much about Trayshawn Holden from Oregon. Now, I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I had an idea of the player at Oregon, but I didn't know really, because I didn't think, okay, this guy does not quick. He's really not elusive, but man, he finds space and he catches the football. And I was not too sure. I was thinking, okay, maybe a practice squad guy. This might be a practice squad guy, because he's got the sponsor of his former college coaches there.
Sure.
I'll tell you what, he's playing well in his own merit. He doesn't need the coach. He's battling for for the last spot.
So Brian, let me ask you this, Brian.
Yeah.
88-3, we safe there. I still think Mingo's better than him right now.
Okay.
In my mind, I still got Tolbert over him.
Okay.
Tolbert got experience. Tolbert was your leading touchdown guy last year. Where do you have him amongst Jalen Brooks, Flournoy, Moreno, Cropper?
I think he's kind of playing better than those guys right now. Even though I'll tell you this though.
I agree.
I will tell you this. Brooks has had some good days.
Sure.
It's not like Cropper's been, I think, a non-factor. Flournoy, I was talking with Aisha Morrison the other day. She said Flournoy had a good day. I don't think he's had enough good days where we've seen Holden.
Sure.
I've seen Brooks. I think that that last spot, I think is because you got to include Turpin as one of the receivers.
He is.
So Turpin, if you want to be real honest with yourself, Turpin's probably the 3.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I mean,
3 or 4. 3 or 4. Yeah.
3, and I mean 3 in the regard of they'll put him out there. They'll put him out there, and then maybe next time they put Mingo out there. But Turpin is considered a wide receiver for you.
Yeah.
And I just wonder with the Brooks, the Flournoy, Holden. I think Holden's winning that battle right now, and it's not because Brooks is playing bad. I don't think so. Yeah. I think Brooks is playing okay, but I think Holden is just he's starting to show why he was a successful college receiver. Yeah. He's not the fastest, but man, the son of a gun catches every ball thrown his direction.
He's definitely making life difficult for those guys that's in that tier. And, when we talk about wide receivers, I always bring up the tier, right?
Yeah.
He's not up there with Lamb and Pickens.
No.
And I think Mingo's having a good enough camp to fight him off.
Yeah.
Tolbert had a good day, but I would like to see more Tolbert. He's actually
a
little closer to Tolbert. Holden is a little closer to behind Tolbert in my personal opinion. Like if Holden has a couple more good days and maybe I don't see Tolbert as much, I may put Holden up there. I'm giving Tolbert benefit of the doubt. I've been around these guys in this system. I know Dak. I know Shotty. I led the team in touchdowns last year. I'm giving Tolbert all the benefit of the doubt I could possibly give him. Trayshawn Holden making plays loudly, which matters in real red zone team drills, not just one-on-ones, Bryan Broaddus. Yeah. So when the Rams get here, it's gonna matter.
It's gonna matter. It's gonna matter. I think the thing that we're kind of talking about, all these guys are going to get a lot of burn in the preseason.
I was about to say, how much do you think, because we had the conversation that we think Shotty wants to play everybody in preseason at some point. Yeah. It might be game 2, right? Tolbert's like a veteran. Tolbert's still kind of a young guy. How much
you got to play?
Man. How much do you actually play him? Like a half?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why I play him, because if you feel the way that you do about the player,
sure,
and you're trying to evaluate Joe Milton, put your best guys out there to help Joe. I mean, you're not going to put Lamb and late in the game and Pickens. You're not going to put them in there. You're going to run Tolbert out there.
Sure,
let Tolbert work with Joe Milton, and you'll figure out like, okay, give Joe Milton a chance on the evaluation, and you know what, give Tolbert a chance for an evaluation too. Tolbert's been here, but it's a new coaching staff, maybe some new wrinkles that they're trying to do. Tolbert needs to be that guy that Schottenheimer was talking about, and you and I've talked about. It's the quiet days. Tolbert has got to get off that. Oh, he's back. You guys tried to get rid of him. You're kicking dirt on him. Okay, I acknowledge that. Nice day today. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens the day after that. Let's see what happens the day after that.
Yeah.
The players that I'm talking about right now on my list are guys that seem to kind of keep chugging along. They keep showing up,
hanging around,
and they're not going away. They're not going away. And I can even throw Damone Clark into that list.
Sure.
I thought Damone Clark was on the crossroads. I really did. I thought he is on the crossroads of out of here. Yeah. Him, Mozzie. I mean, who else you want to throw in there?
Mozzie got hurt too, Brian. Mozzie got hurt.
Yeah.
So that
and this is what I hate for Mozzie right now.
Can't be getting hurt.
He can't get hurt. Please tell me Mozzie didn't just tap out on us. Please don't tell me that Mozzie tapped out. And this is a terrible thing to say, because the guy is probably hurt. And I apologize. But please don't tell me because we got a Rams scrimmage coming up.
But Brian,
that we didn't.
Aren't we all thinking that though?
I know.
You said something. No. Listen, you're right. No, Brian, you're not wrong for apologizing because he might be hurt. But we're thinking that. I thought that too. I was like, man, don't let this just be at the end of practice. It's hot. he tired. I hope it could because he was just walking to the tent or whatever, right? And like he wasn't like
Yeah. Or they had to cart him off or something like that. Yeah.
I said the same thing, Brian. I hope he's not just, you know what I'm saying, looking for a way out. I hope he's not.
Yeah.
Because he don't love football. He don't love football.
There's a side of me that I'm watching a lot of guys really guys do good. There's guys Osa gets blocked, everybody there's guys getting blocked, and then the next play they come back because they got blocked and they make a play and all that. The first thing I thought about Mozzie is I'm like, he's limping, okay, he's hurt. Okay, please don't be hurt bad. But that thought in my head, you got a Ram scrimmage coming up. Are you just tired? Are you beat down? Are you not having success? Are you once again kind of emotionally worried about everybody's eyes on you and here you are not doing anything?
Yeah.
It's a very hard game. It's a very, very hard game to play when you don't love it. Yeah. And I don't know. I hate football is a tough game, and you're a tough guy to have to play it and show up. But with him, I worry. I'm not going to lie, and I'm sure people will clip this and say, "Oh, Mozzie," but they'll also probably say, "Well, yeah, it's hard for him. Football is not easy for him. It's just not. You can watch him play, and it's not easy for him. Where at Michigan, it was easy for him. It was easier. This NFL stuff has been really, really hard for him. Very hard for him."
Yeah. Good show, Bryan Broaddus. Good talk.
Thank you, sir.
Good talk, man.
Appreciate
you. We just kind of do this as we go, man. We just don't figure it all out.
Absolutely.
I'm ready for September 1st, man. I'm ready for September, or just whatever test.
No, man. Yeah, we're gonna practice on some of this stuff. I'm gonna make sure that it's all working. Yeah, but I've got a boxes and boxes of equipment. Our table's coming.
Yeah.
And once we get the table in here, we can start putting everything together, and then we'll get to practice with it a little bit with the cameras and the lights and everything about it. So it's super exciting. Like I say, if you're listening to Voch and I, we appreciate that super much. If you go on, maybe subscribe to us there at Crown Global Media. Those things all kind of help us trying to do what we're trying to do. And it's been very, very exciting because a lot of people have reached out and said how excited they are for us, and they've subscribed to our channel. So really do appreciate that very, very much. And I promise you, the content we are going to be your number one Cowboy podcast. Yeah. We are going to be. There's a lot of great guys and gals that do this, but we are going to find a way to make us your number one choice. We really are.
We're gonna be whooping feet. I got an alert on my email, Brian, that says UPS is scheduled to drop something off to you on Wednesday, Voch Lombardi.
Oh, congratulations.
So
congratulations.
If
you're gonna hang that behind you, can put it. I bet you should hang it behind you. By the way, Phil Collins needs to come into the studio.
I got him.
Bring Phil with you when you come, okay? Because we're gonna find a spot for Phil in this studio if we can. Not if we can. We will find a spot for Phil.
Gotcha, no problem. I'll be doing an unboxing video, or like live stream. We'll be going live doing it or whatever. So
by the way, how can I get some of those cups again? I forgot the cups. How can I get some? I didn't forget. How do I get them?
The link is in. I actually text you the link, but the link is in the description. You know what I mean? It's right down there in the description there. I'll give you the name right now, Brian, bro, because we ain't doing nothing else. Because it's a mouthful of a name. But I'm gonna change it up in a little bit. It's shopvoch. myshopify.com. shopvoch.myshopify.com.
Get you a glass, folks. Go get you a glass and drink. When we open up the studio, we'll all toast with these glasses. How about that?
You better not. The link is in it. You can get your whiskey jars. We got beer pints and we got wine glasses. Help yourself, y'all. Help yourself.
Be well, my brother. Have a good one today. All right.
Appreciate you, boss. I'll be looking for those highlights on the the Ram scrimmage, the blue yellow, blue scrimmage. Please go ahead.
But late start today, by the way. I got word that these things are. It's going to be like depending on where, like practice is basically from 4. It's 2 to 4 out there, but if you're in Central Time's 4 to 6 here. So if you're thinking where the hell are the updates, Mashoda and those guys and gals. It's going to be a late day today, and Shotty's late today too as well on the post and with the player stuff as well. So it's going to be kind of a long evening for some of us for sure.
And we'll be right here to break it all down tomorrow morning.
We will be here.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all hold it down until next time. All right, Crown.